Hello, guys. Today we'll be talking about the worst. I will talk about my least favorite characters in the game, but let's talk about the statistically worst characters in all Overwatch. Of course, in Overwatch there are good and bad characters to play as, but I won't be ranking these in any order because most of these characters are not that great. But we're ranking the 5 characters you should not play. If yeah, basically the 5 characters I'm not good at in Overwatch, basically. Because yes, there are pros of every character that will likely disagree with you that these characters suck or are good. So yes, we'll be going to all of them. So I do deathmatch. That will be much more better. The deathmatch, yes, yes, there is. That competitive. No, that's not competitive deathmatch. We do deathmatch to show you how bad these characters are. And we'll be going over like 5 or 6 characters as well, and go over all of the like worst points about them. How you wait, you play deathmatch while playing deathmatch. Play skirmish then. Play skirmish. That is the best way to wait until a match is. So we'll be starting now. So we'll be starting in tank, and I think the worst tank in the game is Hammond. He's also the least played tank in the game. But yeah, he's like the weakest tank in the game. You have a hook that can hook onto anything, and that's like the whole point of the character. And the whole point, and you have these guns. They shoot very fast, but the problem when you play Hammond or Wrecking Ball is the fact that when you're not in the ball, your head is exposed, and it's like a giant hitbox. So basically, if you're playing against a sniper, Widow or Anna or Hanzo or any character that is good at headshots, you will basically get beaten very quickly as Hammond. It's just very, very, very annoying that it's like this every time. You also have these shields, but if you're playing against like a Bastion or a good team comp, these shields are basically useless. All it does is stall for time, which I think that's what Hammond is good at doing. It's just stalling for time, wasting your time, basically, because of how horrible. No, not this hero is not that. It's not as bad as some of the other characters on further up here, but Hammond is not that great. He is kind of not really good in many circumstances. So yeah, well, while we're waiting for deathbats, we're gonna go back and talk about our next character, who is not that great. So the next character, who isn't that great, is Doomfist. Doomfist isn't that great. It's because he has his normal fire, which is only 4 shots, which is not that useful. He also has his attacks, but again, it's like you're not like Goku strength, okay? Okay, the game actually started. We'll go back to talking about Doomfist when we enter the game. We're in Paris. It doesn't really matter what map we play on. I'm just explaining to people how bad and ungood. And yeah, even though I don't play as Zarya is at least better than Doomfist and Wrecking Ball. Yeah, Doomfist is not that great of a character. And war-wise, he is a great character, but in the game, he's like the most disappointing character in the entire game. You're supposed to, it's like this very powerful character, but yeah, when you try to fight anyone, well, your free moves, you're gonna have to try to attack them. You'll miss like half the time, and it's just very, 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 very unfun to play as. I think this is like the worst character, one of the worst characters overall in the game. Very, very, very unfun to play. It's just you overall you have to use these punching moves, which are not really that great. You have to wait for them to recharge. It just reminds me of something else. So next is Hanzo. Hanzo is the next character on the list. Hanzo is just not a good character. I don't ever play as Hanzo. I'll go, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick Hanzo. The only time I play as Hanzo is in Mystery Heroes and other very, very rare circumstances I actually play as Hanzo. Why does Hanzo suck? It's because he uses a bow and arrow instead of a sniper rifle. Like, come on, you could be an actual good sniper, but instead you use these. His arrows don't do a lot of damage. You also don't have a scope. Unless you're actually good at no scoping, Hanzo is not really a useful sniper compared to the other snipers. Honor can basically heal your team, and Widowmaker can pick out, squishy characters. What does Hanzo have? Oh, he has something that can tell you will characters out, but on most maps it's completely useless. Only useful on like 4 maps, so and we'll have those like deathmatch maps. So Hanzo is only useful, and his other move, Sonic Arrow, takes too long to like charge. You'll probably miss. That's the only like attack that, you'll probably it takes too long to charge and you die. It's not really a good move. Scatter Arrow was the only good thing that Hanzo had going for him, and they removed it. So the next character that is pretty difficult to play, I think, is Samba. Samba is not really. Oh wait, we can still play as Hanzo. We're still playing as Hanzo. Come on, game. Come on, game. We're gonna have to find somebody to eliminate me. Here. Okay, where was someone? There we go. There's the tracer. See, Hanzo's not that good. I want him to eliminate me. Don't want to play as Hanzo anymore. The next character is Samba. Samba isn't that great. Samba is always one of the least picked characters because of how situational Samba is in any game. She is annoying to fight against as well, which also makes her very, very annoying. But Samba, all she has is an SMG and she can hack people. The hacking thing is actually useful, but the SMG thing, she can also teleport to get herself out of situations. But 9 times out of 10, most people who use that, you just put it on the top of a health pack and heal themselves. But your weapon's just an SMG. It's not really that powerful. It's just not really. If Sambo had like a better second fighter, basically, or something like that, yeah, Sambo's not really useful. Her gun's not good, especially fighting against any tank character. Sambo is gonna be beaten, especially against a good Roadhog or a good Wrecking Ball or any character. Yeah, Samba is not that good, or even May could beat Samba because of how bad Samba is. So next character on the list is Brigitte. Some people are gonna be like, "Oh, Brigitte is so amazing." No, she isn't. She's the worst version of Lionheart. She is, especially in this. There's no teammates. One of your attacks one of your things is completely useless. So you have this sealed. It has 250 health, so basically it is a sealed, and you can't do anything but bash. So it's only useful when you get extremely close to someone. And that guy was already fighting against the Moira, so yeah. But Brigitte is basically an entirely melee-focused character. Reinhardt, he's the same way, but he has a giant shield that can basically block a lot of things. And he plays Brigitte, and he has like this really puny shield compared to Reinhardt's giant shield. At least, give the shield at least a bit more health. So her shield doesn't get pulverized by a Bastion in like a second. And then you die instantly by the Bastion. And the next character, I think on the list, is Mercy. Yeah, Mercy, not that great. Mercy, they basically made her way worse. She was actually good when her ult was good. I never played as Mercy. But yeah, she can heal people. But unless you want to be bored the whole game, why would you pick Mercy over any other hero that can do way more than Mercy? Why would you pick Mercy over any other hero? It's just a fact. Why would you pick Mercy over Anna, who can heal you from a long distance? Same thing with Moira, who can heal you from a long distance with her orbs. Okay? Except for Brick. Brick's the only character that's actually worse as a hero because they removed her thing where she can heal people, where it adds extra armor, making Brick extra useless. At least Mercy can heal or damage boost someone. But Mercy isn't that good at all. Mercy, why would you pick, out of the heroes, Mercy would be bottom 3, basically. Why would you pick Mercy over Lucio, who can heal people in a big distance and also speed up people? Mercy is just, and her weapon is just a pistol. That's all it is. It's not as bad as Samba's weapon as a whole. It's not as bad as Samba's weapon, but still pretty bad as a whole. There was this whole meme called "Why did you nerf Mercy?" Well, what if Mercy wasn't even that great to begin with? Her ult just makes her like fly in the air, and it's just very very wasted character. It's just yeah, like for example, it's compared to the Medic to TF2. Yes, I'm comparing this character to Medic to TF2. Medic at least has the option, better option for damage than Mercy, which is just a pew pew pistol. I know the whole meme of Mercy's pistol being like Diva's pistol, but the reason why basically even Diva's pistol is better because Diva's pistol shoots faster. Okay, Mercy's pistol is the weaker of the two. And basically, if you play Mercy, unless you like playing as hero, I don't like playing as someone who just sits back and just heals people. I want to get some damage here and there as well. That's why they introduced characters like Baptiste for basically the more damage focused. Yes, they could do some healing here and there, but the more damage focused, or of course, Anna can do sniping as well as healing and put others to sleep. It's just why do you pick Mercy? It's still better than Doomfist, but Mercy is just a character that I just don't ever play as, basically, you know. And I'll go into some of the honorable mentions now. Some characters that I consider weak but are not considered by others, or some characters that have kind of dropped off over time. Okay, we could go back to here because we're not in the deathmatch. So the first honorable mention, I think, is Zarya. Zarya is she just puts a shield on herself. And it's kind of like the whole Wrecking Ball thing. And yeah, some people say that Zarya is like the best tank in the entire game. I'm just not good at playing Zarya, so that's why she is in the honorable mention. So she is an honorable mention character because I'm not good at playing as that character. Another honorable mention would have to be... Okay, another one. There's no real other characters that I consider that bad. Bastion's Bastion. Bastion's an honorable mention. Bastion's another honorable mention. At least Bastion can do some damage in this form, but Bastion is just a boring camping character. Bastion's the character you only play as when you're in the very low ranks of the game. It's just a character, and once you outgrow Bastion and play as at least something else, you realize that there's much better characters than playing as Bastion. Like, when I was in the lower ranks, that's like one of the only characters I would play as was Bastion, until I realized how bad this character truly was, as well. I still sometimes extremely rarely play as Bastion, but you basically are stationary the whole time. You have very low weapon accuracy. Okay, Bastion's in the list of bad characters. You have very low weapon accuracy. He's also one of the least picked characters in the entire game because you have to evolve your entire team around the freaking Bastion. It's just not a fun time for anyone. The only time Bastion's actually good is you have a Reinhardt protecting him, or you have like a camping location that's at least useful. And yeah, it's just not a good character at all. Bastion needs to have like a rework or something. A tank rework so he can at least tank more hits. Another character that is not really that great is Soldier 76. That's we're continuing on to not good characters. Soldier 76 is often described as the jack of all trades, master of none. Why would you pick Tracer over, Diva or Tracer? Why would you pick him? Yes, he can sprint, but Diva can fly. Tracer can whip out. Even Sombra can teleport with a translocator. He also just has a generic pistol. Generic, Call of Duty weapon. He's not really a unique character. Why do you pick this boring character over any characters? I know they add him though, so people who are new to Overwatch can play as him. But yeah, he's not really the best offensive character. Of course, still better than Doomfist because Doomfist is completely melee oriented, and it's not like Reinhardt. Well, basically Reinhardt is a giant shield, basically a giant wall with his shield. But Soldier 76, why would I pick him? Most of the times I play that Soldier 76 is in mystery heroes. because Soldier 76 is just the master of none. He's the jack of all trades, but the master of none. He isn't really special. He isn't really unique. He isn't really that great here in a lot of games. And there we go. Soldier 76 is not a good pick for in most games here. You know, you have characters that are way better than Soldier 36. There's like characters in his own wings, like Echo, Tracer, that easily outclass snipers, Junkrat even outclasses. They're also outclasses Soldier. You know, Reaper can teleport, McCree also outclasses Ass. Literally any other character basically outclasses. Another character that is it's only good. Another character that's only good on the map. I'm just gonna fall off the map because I don't want to play a Soldier. I don't want to play as Soldier. Another character is also the last honorable mention is Torbjorn and Symmetra. Both of these characters are put in one because of one reason. There was several modes like Capture the Flag where this character is actually incredibly useful in. And unlike Bastion, where you're completely stationary, Symmetra, you can and Torb are not good in some maps, but in lots of maps you have to defend a point or something like that, or you're on the defensive. Yeah, it's very useful if you have like a turret or something helping you. So if you're not playing, if you got like eliminated by someone and you're going out to eliminate people, you have your turret somewhere gain extra eliminations in the game, basically for you. And yeah, Torb, just like certain characters, is only like a very situational character. He isn't useful in any game mode, but in some he is, but not in like, you know, for example, Deathmatch, he's not really good. Symmetra as well falls in the same exact category as Torbjorn, and they're still at least more viable than Bastion in terms of situational characters. They're on par of they're also higher than Sombra as well, another very situational character as well. That's why I never picked Sombra. But yeah, so these characters are kind of just like the niche characters that you just don't pick at all. So there we go about the Overwatch characters. You know, five. My basically the characters that I'm worst at. Basically, this is what this video will be about. Not my least favorite, because my least favorite is Mei, and Mei I don't play as her because I don't like her. There's a difference between playing as her because I'm not good at someone, or playing as them because I don't want to play as a character that is basically complete and just other bullcrap character, basically. And Mei is basically that one character. I don't want to play as Mei here at all. So, yep, that's basically it. Goodbye.